missing you, now I'm faded. Holding you, kissing you, calling you baby. Cold by the shake, I'm trying to drink you. Feel like I'm drunk, might need a chaser. She got me nervous, I'm trying to be player. Let's leave the bar, go home and lay up. Rubbing your body, massaging your layers. Sipping, get tipsy, we play a little later. I don't use a drink, but loving your flavor. Me and you make a good combination. When I hit it, look like you took a sip of the whiz. How you making them faces? Use that weight, but I'm getting patient.
One of Diddy's biggest ops, Gene Dale, sent a warning to 50 Cent, letting him know that Diddy, as well as some very powerful people in the industry, has already started gearing up to destroy 50 Cent. He even pointed out something specific that has already happened that will spell some bad news for 50 Cent. They started off by pointing out something that I never knew and I didn't really notice that pretty much confirms the plans to destroy 50 Cent is already being put in motion. And this actually came via, I believe it was like an Instagram comment, and then they did their investigation and found out that the comment was actually true.
Take your phone. I want to get your take on this.
Big brother G, tell Fifth that Ja Rule and his first baby mama started following each other on IG an hour ago. Prepare for the worst. Jay-Z, Ja Rule, Roc Nation, Desiree Perez are out to get him out of the paint. Alert.
I checked and it's true. Ja Rule and 50 Cent first baby mama follow each other. The one baby mama who has been trying to destroy 50 Cent for damn near a decade now. The one baby mama who has done everything in her power to make sure that 50 Cent never seen peace for 18 years. That baby mama now feels empowered, now feels like she may be able to destroy 50 Cent once and for all. Ja Rule has been on a scavenger hunt for any and all accusations revolving 50 Cent. Anybody who has ever made an accusation against 50 Cent, he's been looking for them. He's been trying to link up with them. So Ja Rule following 50 Cent's baby mama at this point in time and her following back, understand this is not no innocent foul. They're plotting against 50 Cent. Ja Rule tweeted, as you guys can see right here, keep the info coming. 50 Cent victims deserve to be heard, and they will. Whatever Ja Rule has discovered on his scavenger hunt of 50 Cent has emboldened Ja Rule to be posting things like this. Curtis called out Diddy for being an abuser. Now I'm calling out 50 Cent for being one. What's the problem? Good morning. Let's not be selective with our outrage. If you support Curtis, you support domestic violence. Now run his woman her coins. I know what you did last summer. So he has been really like sending threats to 50. Like letting 50 Cent know that he has some type of information on 50 Cent that he's gonna be releasing soon. He's gonna be revealing soon. So whatever thing Ja Rule has found on 50 Cent, it looks like he's quickly gathering information. And I don't think if Ja Rule gathered the right information that Ja Rule is gonna be doing this alone. I feel like 50 Cent has made enough enemies, especially with Diddy, which I support 50 Cent exposing Diddy, by the way. Like, I'm not saying 50 Cent did anything wrong, but I'm saying because 50 Cent is taking these projects to expose perpetrators and predators, you now have a lot of powerful people who are super invested in making sure 50 Cent fall. So Ja Rule taking this approach means that he's finding something. Again, let's not be selective in our outrage for abusers. Now, he reshares a couple of 50 Cent's, I guess, accusations right here. And then he would write, I think I'm going to start doing docs. There's a lot to unpack here, allegedly. And he shows articles where women are accusing 50 Cent of abuse. If I'm 50, I'm getting ahead of this, bruh, and I'm starting to file cease and desist and lawsuits, bruh, immediately. Because once that documentary dropped, again, a documentary is not even about who can tell the truth the best. It's about who can package it the best. And if Ja Rule is able to bring a baby mama who has already been levying accusations against 50 Cent that are pretty horrible, I'll be real. Let me just give you guys a glimpse at what a possible surviving 50 Cent documentary could look like. This is Shanika Tompkins. This is 50 Cent's first baby mama. Now, she already did like a brief Instagram live that didn't really get any type of recognition whatsoever. But during this live stream, she broke down some pretty horrifying things that she is alleging that 50 Cent did to her. One of those things being beating her up in front of her children.
In his career.
Because he was abusive. Well, he still is abusive. I'm just not in his presence, but he's abusive. Emotionally, physically, he's abusive. And the last straw for me was he hit me in front of my daughter. And I said, as a mother, if I allow her to see him hit me and stay with him, what example am I setting for my daughter? And that's when that was it for me. It was that
Right.
and another incident with Marquise. So it was 2 incidents, but it was kind of close. And there was another incident with Marquise, Yale, and Banks used to have an apartment they used to share in Manhattan. And I went to pick 50 up from there. So Marquise told me that I guess like he had a girl there, like, you know, a girl that, he just told me something. So him and I got to argument. He beat the mess out of me and then told Marquise, see, it's your fault. I had to whoop your mother's ass. First time he ever hit me, to be honest, was, I'm going to talk about this. This is a lot of cathartic moments and stuff, but the first time, I don't even think I've told you this. I think the first time he hit, and I don't think I know, the first time he hit me, I was pregnant with Marquise. Belly out to here.
Everything that she accused 50 Cent of in this interview, it was surreal. Because when I was listening to it, it were the exact same accusations that Diddy was accused of. Diddy was also accused of arson, which we'll get to, because the arson story and the house being burned down story with 50 Cent and her, to me, is the craziest part of this entire story. But she would also accuse 50 Cent of not only physical abuse, but she would claim that 50 Cent raped her, that 50 Cent took it, right, without consent.
Boy, it's not.
So I'm gonna ask one question, right? I'm not gonna get to that fiend. We'll do that fiend on the next
Okay.
one, the Diddy situation.
Okay.
Somebody wants to know in the chat, did he, because you put up the post on your story about that fiend saying that he sexually abused her.
Yeah.
Did you ever experience anything like that, or was it just basically physical stuff or fighting and back and forth?
You know, I have experienced sexual abuse from him. Yes. Which, when it sounds odd for women, because it's like, it was no Me Too movement. You know, from our culture, it's like, how could your boyfriend you or sexually assault you? Because no means no. No means no. I don't care if you get a girl butt naked and she says no, that means no. So yes, I have. And I don't know within me, I don't know if it's this Black girl strength that for some reason it's easier to talk about that, the physical part of the abuse. That's easier for some reason than to talk about the sexual. I don't know why. And that's something I have to probably work through and maybe just try to like understand. But yeah.
Well, why you never reported it though? People might want to ask, well, you got sexually abused, you got physically abused. Why you never said that?
I did say something. I've always said something. If anybody ever listened, I've always said he was abusive. I have court testimony where I'm saying he's abusive. I have order of protections in the courts where I'm listing some of the abuse. So this is documented. Maybe IG world don't know. Maybe, the fans don't know, but no, it's documented.
Back in 2008, a judge did approve her temporary protection order. They ordered 50 Cent to forfeit any guns he may have. So the article reads, U.S. rapper 50 Cent was ordered to surrender any guns he might have after a judge on Friday issued a temporary restraining order requested by the rapper's ex-girlfriend, a lawyer said. A lawyer for the rapper, whose real name is Curtis Jackson, said he will contest the order and that 50 Cent did not have guns or access to guns. To my knowledge, he has no guns. The order bars 50 Cent from being in contact with Shaniqua Tompkins, the mother of his 10-year-old son, without the court's permission, the lawyer says. 50 Cent and Tompkins have been locked in a legal fight over money. Tompkins has argued that she is entitled to half of 50 Cent's estate based on an oral agreement. Now, to me, this is the only part that kind of discredits her. The fact that she as the girlfriend, not the wife, by the way, she was just the mere girlfriend, went to court and claimed that 50 Cent promised her half his estate and tried to get half. So people would obviously say, hey, she filed, the restraining order and these other things because she was trying to get 50 Cent money. Now, this is where things get tricky, and she did explain this. So apparently, She had possession of 50 Cent's $2.4 million Long Island home. He tried to evict her from there, but they wouldn't evict her. The Supreme Court ruled that she could stay because she had 50 Cent's son. And apparently the house mysteriously burned down because according to her, 50 Cent, would rather the house burn down than her have it. And she would also make claims that 50 Cent actually tried to murder them. Now, 50 Cent, always maintained his innocent, but she told the full story in regards to the house burning down. And I'll be real, it's one of the wildest things I've ever heard.
What makes you say he did it, though?
We got into a fight that Monday at my lawyer's office. I have a police report. He threatened me. He tried to hit me, but I ran. He threatened me. He said he was going to have someone come do something. He said, and watch how I get down. He said it. And that Friday, I do believe that was Monday. That Friday, I had to do my deposition. I was taking my piece to school. A Magnum car was following me. I don't know if you remember the Dodge Magnums, and everybody knew back then all of G Unit members rode Dodge Magnums. Was following me to Marquise at school. I ditched the car, drove to Queens and drove to my grandma's house. Mia was already in school. I get to the courthouse. I do my deposition. I come back outside. It was a guy following me, trying to intimidate me to the point where my lawyer was so worried that she would just please be careful. And so he was trying to kick me out the house, and he couldn't get me out the house. And that's another thing where he says, like, oh, he went to Suffolk County. They gave me an eviction, but I took it to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court allowed me to stay. So he couldn't get me out the house at the time. And then his lawyer, and I have in my deposition papers, which once I start doing my YouTube channel, I could be able to side by side and bring up stuff. His lawyer actually asked me where was my evidence, and that was the first part of the house to burn down. I don't think that was a coincidence.
Right. Who's on the house at the time when it got set on fire?
It was. That's another thing. He tried to create the narrative. It was me, my boyfriend. No man lived with me in that house. And I will repeat, no man lived with me in that house. No man, except for Marquise, and he wasn't a man at the time. He was a child. It was me, my daughter, Marquise, a family friend, and she had gotten into an argument with her husband. So it was her and her son, and my youngest sister. My mom had passed away, so I had custody of my youngest sister.
How old was your children?
Hey, how'd you get all that? I thought we were broke.
I just got $200 deposited in my bank account from Bridget.
What's that?
Bridget.
Well, he's probably about 12. Mia probably about maybe 16, 17.
Here's where it gets wild. 50 Cent's own son lived in the home. So I feel like for the benefit of the doubt, I don't think 50 Cent would want to burn a house where his son lives, right? But according to the baby mama, according to her, she's alleging that she believes that 50 Cent was trying to murder her. Not only her, because it was her son Marquise, which is 50 Cent's son, a family friend, her sister, and like 4 minors. They all lived in that house together. She claims that 50 Cent burned down the house in the middle of the night while everybody was sleeping, or he paid somebody to do it. And he chose the middle of the night because, according to her, he was trying to murder everybody in the home.
Do you think it was a move to try to scare you or try to get rid of you? What do you, deep down, like, what do you think the motive was behind to really get rid of you or to scare you out of the house, honestly speaking?
I think it was to kill us. Because the time, it wasn't like it happened when the kids were in school. Maybe I was there by myself, or it happened the hours you're sleeping. No one's up. It was still dark outside, to the point where when I heard the glass shatter, because what happened was Marquise was sick that day. Even though I was going to take him to school, like I said, the car was following me, but he was sick. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna ditch this car. I don't feel safe taking him to school, but I'm gonna take him to my grandma's house. So Marquise was sick that day. I could not sleep, and that's why I said I don't want to get all holy roll on everybody, but that's when I say, if you don't know God is real, I feel sorry for you. Because I could not sleep. At the time, I was sleeping downstairs in the guest room. Everyone else was upstairs. I waited. Like I said, a close family friend, her husband, and they got into an argument. So I waited for her, or I slept on the couch in the family room. I brought her in the house, set her upstairs, and I stayed in the guest room downstairs. I could not sleep. I kept waking up. And so I said, you know what? I said, Marquise, I said, let me go check on him, because Marquise had a habit of throwing up in his sleep. So I said, you know what? Let me check on him. I'm just going to just check on him. And then I ended up getting into bed with him. So let me just keep, because he was kept coughing. So
Appreciate you for clicking on the video. Before you go, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm out.